So there are approximately 6,183 microfinance institutions in the Philippines. Ano po yung breakdown nito, no? So meron po tayong banks na may microfinance, 139 po sila. Cooperatives, 2,762. Microfinance NGOs, 27. Financing companies, 673. And lending companies na nasa 2,582 for a total of 6,183 microfinance institutions. The microfinance industry in the Philippines has grown into a 406.7 billion industry in terms of loan portfolio as of March 2022. So pag titingnan po natin, so yung banks from 13.7 million to 26.8 billion in 2022 first quarter. Yan po yung kanilang portfolio. Cooperatives, halos nagdoble from 167 billion in 2016 to 327 billion in 2022. At ang NGOs naman, microfinance NGOs, 20.6 billion to 52.8 billion as of the first quarter of 2022. So dyan po natin nakuha yung 406.7 na amount of portfolio ng microfinance institutions as of 2022 first quarter. Okay. Meron naman pong 18.2 million non-unique microfinance clients in the banking system, microfinance NGOs, and cooperative sectors. So ito po, makikita natin yung breakdown yan. And if you will observe it, ang pinakamadami talaga na outreach ay ang mga kooperatiba, followed by the microfinance NGOs, and then the banks. No? Itong 18.2 million po na to, kaya sinabi ko kanina doon na non-unique individuals ito kasi may multiple membership. And if we account for that at i-estimate natin, kunin natin yung 50% niyan, yan po yung total outreach, which is about 9.1 million microfinance clients. Ang average loan size po na nakikita natin for the microfinance industry ay 22,000 pesos. Ang pinakamababa dyan ay ang microfinance NGOs, which means they reach the lower segment of society. Nasa 8,250 po ang kanilang loan size. Sunod yung rural banks na 13,500. Tapos yung cooperatives, mas malaki yung kanilang nare-reach. So higher segment yung mga cooperatives, which is at 33,000 pesos. So growth in the microfinance portfolio ng banks natin. So if you take a look at this pre-pandemic, medyo malaki talaga. Tapos pag nung dinatnan ng pandemic ay bumaba yung banks. Tapos yung NGOs ay steady pa rin. Yung cooperatives talaga makikita mo nag-decrease din, no? So slow down talaga tayo ng 2020 and 2021 because of the pandemic. But I think if we take a look at 2022, ito po ay mag-i-improve, no? Ganun din sa number of clients, 2020 and 2021, medyo may pagbabagal po nakita, particularly in the banking sector kasi mas stricto sila compared to the cooperatives and microfinance NGOs. Okay? Ayan po ang ating Philippine Microfinance Industry Estimates. Ako po si Sir Vince, ang inyong financial guro, nagsasabing ang pagyaman na pag-aaralan at napagtutulungan. So microfinance, this is the provision of financial services to low-income clients, including the self-employed. No? So yan po yung microfinance. And the central bank actually defines microfinance as the provision of a broad range of financial services such as deposits, loans, payment services, money transfers, and insurance products to the poor and low-income households for their micro-enterprises and small businesses to enable them to raise their income levels and improve their living standards. So yan po ang sabi ng Bangko Sentral. So sino-sino po ba yung mga microfinance clients natin? So ito po, pwede po sila po ay mga low-income persons that do not have access to formal financial institutions who are typically self-employed, often household-based entrepreneurs. In rural areas, makikita natin sila and they are usually small farmers and fisher folk. They are engaged in small income-generating activities such as food processing and petty trade. Sa urban areas naman, usually there's a more diverse and they could include shopkeepers, service providers, artisans, street vendors, and others. So yan po yung microfinance client. Ito po yung mga products, no? May savings, insurance, credit, remittance, housing, services. So sa microfinance loans, according to the Social Reform Agenda of 1997, loans that are up to 150,000 pesos used for consumption or productive purposes are considered as microfinance loans. Ang micro-housing loans, ang BSP, ang sabi niya, ang ceiling ay 300,000, pero ang Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board classifies socialized housing at 450,000 pesos. The National Strategy for Microfinance, it actually envisions a viable and sustainable microfinance market that will help provide poor households and micro entrepreneurs with greater access to microfinance services. It calls for a greater role for the private sector and the non-participation of government line agencies in the provision of credit and guarantee programs. No, so we put emphasis on the adoption of market-oriented financial and credit policies to ensure viability and sustainability. At medyo tina-challenge ko nga po itong national strategy na to, no? Kasi marami talagang vulnerabilities ang microfinance. And if we stick to that strategy na puro market-based siya, walang napakababa ng intervention coming from the government, no, for subsidies and in providing adequate social safety nets for the micro-enterprises, medyo mahirap po talaga, no? So, what have we achieved so far, no, through microfinance? We have closed the gender gap in terms of financial inclusion, and this is largely attributed to microfinance institutions. So
Thanks for watching! Kung may kapamilya, kaibigan o kakilala kang tingin mo ay magiging interesado dito sa video, please share to them or tag them in the comments section. Siyempre, kung nagustuhan mo ang video, pusuan mo na ito. Subscribe ka na rin. As always, feel free to write your questions, comments, and opinions respectfully.